What's up guys, it's Gage. So today, just gonna do a quick short video of how to do some simple plastic welding since some of these older vehicles have interior panels that break. So we're just gonna jump into a little basic plastic welding lesson on some interior trim panel that has been broken on this 740 Volvo for a while. As you can see, I got the interior back together. Sunroof has been blocked off and sealed with a new rubber seal around it. Gonna wrap all that up. There should be another video on me wrapping that up, but today we're going to get this set up. Don't mind my nasty workspace. I've been fighting the heat and stuff. Just not really caring about what all's on the toolbox today, but okay. This is the busted side. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, this part here is what's busted. I'm guessing they've definitely redone the headliner, so I think someone has taken it apart and broke this off. So I'm just going to plastic weld it from the back, just because I don't want to mess up the texture in the front, just to bring it back together and make it look better. So, I'm going to flip that over. And I'll try to set you guys up in a good spot to see this. Okay, so what I have here is a soldering iron. It comes with like a plastic cutting tip and a whole bunch of other tips. It is adjustable temp, so you can adjust it to whatever you'd like. Typically around like 700 is where I like to start, because you don't want to get the plastic too hot, it'll make it brittle. That'll be good enough. This is off Amazon. I'll try to get the link and add it into the description in case you guys want to get one. So I'll set you guys up here so you can see what I am doing. All right, so I'm just going to line these up the best I can. Since the top of the box is pretty flat, I'm just going to push down on it and make sure it's somewhat lined up. Alrighty, about like that. See how good that'll work. Alright, so what you're going to do, just going to take the soldering iron and you're going to get it warm and just move it back and push towards itself. Drag it back, push towards it. And you don't really want to see too much smoke, because it means you're getting it too hot. Alright, we'll let that cool down. Make sure it lines up from the front. Get you guys a closer look. As you can see there, you just get it hot, pull it back, push forward. You want to push that melted material into itself and create some ripples in it. So, what we're going to do now, make sure it's lined up as best as it can be. Which that's about the best that it's going to get. And we are going to just finish out the process. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this together. Probably should just tack that top half up. Alright, let that dry real quick while I do this bottom half. If you have broken retainers, this is real easy to just plastic weld them back together, and you now have your retaining tab back in action, so you can put your interior panels back on and be good to go. Alright, let's let that dry and see what that do. Alright. See, now you have a piece all plastic welded back together. See how that front looks. I'd say that's good enough for me. It's all together. I just don't want to plastic weld this front half and mess that texture up. This is just going to be good enough. The handle obviously covers most of it, but it should be good enough. So that should be good. And if you guys want to fill in, let's see if I can get you on a better angle here. Let's bring it down. Hopefully y'all can see that. There we go. If you want to fill in any, just take yourself a zip tie or any ABS plastic, and you can add plastic to what you're working on just by melting and dragging it off. In case you want to build up, you know, some plastic in that area. In my opinion, this is better than any epoxy. And if you're going to use epoxy still, getting it held together this way is perfect. To make it a lot stronger, to make sure you don't have any like chemical differences in plastic, if you have a piece of old interior trim or anything, you will just use that plastic to fill it in instead, because it's the same plastic. It'll bond great. Using like this zip tie, it should be like ABS plastic, I think. So we shouldn't have any issues there with it bonding. If it does, you'll know when it doesn't want to bond, because it'll just flake right off. I mean, there might be something that I'm doing wrong, so if you guys know, feel free to comment. I'm just going off of a mostly self-taught way of how to do this. I do iPad dashes in cars, and started doing the plastic welding this way, and then I would use some very strong semi-rigid epoxy from 3M, and I would epoxy it as well just for security. But I use the plastic welding technique that I learned to just get them held into place and make it a little stronger, in my opinion. So we'll add some, like right here we can add, you know, some plastic down there. Alright, see if we can add a little bit in here. Alrighty. Well, as you can see there, we added a little bit. As you can see there, we added some filler in to make it raised, but just show you guys how to do it. It's the way I know how. As you can see in the front here, it doesn't look too bad. You know, about 10 foot away you wouldn't even know. It's, you know, not going to be strong enough to where you can just go crazy and you know, just start hanging on it and all that. What you can do, which I'll show you that real quick. It's another good thing to know, is you take a paper clip and I'm going to cut about that much off. I'm only going to do one just to show you. Take your straight paper clip and let's just set it right here. Turn the heat up just a little bit so it gets that paper clip hot, and we can hold the paper clip till it gets nice and hot. You'll see it start melting the plastic. And just let it bury itself in. Alright, and that is what's called, I believe, adding a stitch. And then we'll just take, you don't want to go too deep because you might go through the other side. I can't tell you if I went through the other side or not yet. Have to wait until I flip it over and find out. But it's for the video. If it went through, that's fine. Just be a nice, show you what not to do and the possibilities that can happen. And you can just smooth that over it. And that is what's called adding a stitch. As you can see there, we didn't go through the other side. And what that'll do is that'll strengthen it up. Once that completely dries and hardens, you have just a metal rod going across, so that helps strengthen your brake line. It's basically, I guess why they call it a stitch, is like if this is a cut on your arm and you get stitches, it holds both sides together. So that'll make it a lot stronger. You can add, you know, one every ½ inch or whatever, just to make it sturdy. But this should be good enough for the car. So, as always, guys, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully that was a little helpful to some of you guys that might have something broke. If you're got any interior panels broke, any trim clips broken, any of those tabs, this might save you a little bit. And for those hard to find interior panels that you can't find, this might save you on that one. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.